Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Almost Martha. And today, I told Mark, today's going to be like a Thanksgiving Lollapalooza because I'm going to be auditioning some recipes for Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to really have a wonderful make-ahead Thanksgiving dinner. That is my goal. Make everything ahead of time. All I have to do is put in the oven. It's all going to work out well. Not going to be a crazy day. You can relax and enjoy the holiday with everyone else. So that's the goal. So today we're going to try some make-ahead mashed potatoes with leeks. Boy, that sounds really good, doesn't it? I love leeks. I love mashed potatoes. So if they heat up well the next day, we're going to have a winner. So hang with me and let's make it together. Mashed potatoes with leeks. To start, I measured out 3 pounds of russet potatoes, and I'm just gonna put them in a pot, super easy. I'm gonna fill it with water until the potatoes have about, 2 inches worth of water on top, right? And then I'm gonna put it on the stove, bring it to a simmer, and we're gonna cook those potatoes for about 35 to 40 minutes until they get tender. We're doing them whole because we're going to use a food mill later on and press these through the food mill that will remove the skins for us. So it's a super easy way to do mashed potatoes. So 3 pounds of russet potatoes, which we're going to cover with water, leave about 2 inches of water on top, and then we're going to cook those on the stove for about 35 to 40 minutes until tender. First, I'm going to bring those potatoes to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it back to simmer. I just want to be clear about that. And while that is getting going, we're going to start with our leeks. So this required 6 leeks. If you haven't bought them before, this is what they look like. But only a small portion of this leek is going to be usable for us because we really only want the white to light green part of the leek. So we're just going to cut away this top portion just into the light green. That gets discarded, I'm afraid. And now we have our leeks. Now, leeks can be notoriously sandy. So they can store a lot of sand in there. So what we're going to do is cut our leeks, and I'm going to throw these leeks into a colander, and we're going to rinse those leeks really, really well. And then we're going to be able to saute these leeks in butter. They're really hard to get clean, and that means sand can sort of embed in the leaves in there. So it's not like when you wash some iceberg lettuce or something, right? This is a little bit tougher to get the graininess out. But now I'm going to put these in the sink and give them a really, really good wash. I'm melting my butter. So I have 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. But honestly, if you don't have unsalted, I wouldn't worry about it because it's going to be salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to add my cleaned leeks right into the butter. And we're going to saute these until they are nice and soft. We want them to be nice and soft. I have about a tablespoon of chopped fresh thyme. And now I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. We can taste these in a little bit. So my potatoes are simmering, and my leeks are going to be sauteing any minute here. So we'll let them get nice and soft, and then we'll check back in. All right, my leeks are nice and soft. So I've just put them down on just almost no heat. I just want to keep them a little bit warm. And I have probably about 2 minutes left on my potatoes. So right now I'm going to take 1 cup of heavy cream, and I'm going to take 1 cup of milk, and I just need to heat this up. So let me turn this burner on. We want to get this milk warm. We don't want to boil it or anything, but we do want to get it warm. I want to make sure I got everything I'm supposed to. Great. So this is going to warm. This I'm just keeping warm. They're nice and soft and buttery, lovely. And we'll start putting things together very shortly. I'm just going to check to see how tender they are. Well, they're pretty tender. That one looks like it's breaking up a little bit. So I think my potatoes are done. So I'm going to drain the water from the potatoes, and then we'll dry them out in the pot. Okay, I was wrong. We do want to boil our milk. So our milk is now boiling. I'm just going to go ahead and add it to my leek mixture. And I'm doing this because I want, you just add it to the potatoes generally in one fell swoop, but you're going to add both of these at the same time anyway. So we might as well just combine it with the leeks. So it was just a gentle boil, and now we've combined it with the leeks, and this is what we're going to put into the potato mixture as soon as it's ready. Okay, I'm going to take my potatoes and I'm going to drain out all of the liquid. Now I'm going to keep this pan on the burner. Okay, I put the potatoes through a colander. I'm just going to put them back into the pan because now we just want the potatoes to dry out a little bit. And by keeping the heat on the burner, we're going to be able to get that extra moisture out of them, and then we'll be able to use our food mill on them. We'll be able to handle them a little bit. Okay, so I've just turned the burner off, and now we're going to get the potatoes slightly just cooled enough so that we can handle them a little bit better. All right, we have our potatoes, and if there's any bad spots on the potatoes, now's the time. You can just get those out of there. You know, when you buy a bag of potatoes these days, you never know what you're going to get, so you could have potatoes with bad spots. Okay, I think that's good. One more little spot. Nobody wants a black spot. Let's just put it that way. Nobody wants a black spot. And then I'm just going to start putting them in the food mill, and we're going to get some potatoes. Now, the recipe said you could use a ricer, but of course you can also use a food mill. With the food mill, you don't have to peel your potatoes, so that's a bonus. That is just a big bonus. I'm just going to load some potatoes in there, make sure they're all good. So thinking of my mom today. Hi, Mom. One year we made ambrosia together, and I have to tell you, it is the most like labor-intensive dish ever, at least the way we made it, because you could not have a single membrane on an orange, absolutely no black spots anywhere, and I was not being as careful as I should have been. And Mom would go behind me and pick it out and say, "That's a black spot. Nobody wants a black spot. Nobody wants a black spot, Laura." I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. So words to live by. So when you see a bad spot on anything, make sure you get it. Make sure you get it out of there. Right, Mom? Okay. And now I'm just gonna keep going. I've got it securely on here, thank goodness. And it's definitely ricing the potatoes below, so that's good. Okay, wow, that was quite the workout. So toward the end there, it was getting so full of potato skins that I had to dump it out. And I just took the remaining potatoes and with my fingers, just the skin just slid off. So it just made it go a little more quickly. So, okay, we have our riced potatoes. And now I'm gonna add the leek and the cream and all that goodness right in there. Perfect. Just gonna mix it all up. Oh, wow, it smells good. It's also going to be buttery because remember we used 4 tablespoons of butter for the leeks. And now that's getting all incorporated in to the mashed potatoes. Now, I'm going to taste this at this point because I want to see if we need more salt. Oh, that's good. I am going to add a little more salt. The only thing we've really salted so far is the leeks, right? So now the recipe said that this could be made 1 day in advance. So don't make it the week before. I wouldn't do that. I would make it as close to as possible. There you go. Really good. So now we're going to take our mixture and we're going to put it into a baking dish. It suggested a 4-quart shallow baking dish. I know all of my shallow baking dishes are going to be taken, so I'm going to use this. First, I'm going to spray it with Pam. This is butter Pam. You can also line it with butter if you want. But remember, when we heat it up, we're going to have 2 tablespoons of butter right on top. So it will have more butter coming. I just think a couple more grinds would make this perfect. Okay, so now just going to spread this in this dish. We're going to put it in the refrigerator. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to heat it up. I'm sure it's going to heat up beautifully. But this will be a lovely, lovely make-ahead dish. This says it serves 8, so I need 12. So I will just do all the math and get it up to at least 12 people. I'll probably double it because we'll also want to have some left over. So it might be a couple of dishes of mashed potatoes for that many people. So it's a few more than we normally have, but I'm very happy about that. I think for Thanksgiving, you need as many people around your table as you can get. Okay, so here we are into the refrigerator, and then tomorrow night, we're gonna heat this up, and I hope it tastes as good as it does right now. Well, here we are, day 2. I've pulled this out of the refrigerator and I've dotted it with the remaining 2 tablespoons of butter, so that's great. I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and now we're just gonna heat this up. We should reach temperature in about 15-20 minutes, so just keep a sharp eye out. You don't want it to cook anymore, you just want it to heat up. So I think this is gonna work. I think this is gonna be really good. I pulled the potatoes out at 15 minutes and they just required a little bit more. So I actually took the aluminum foil off of them because it'd be kind of cool to get a little browning around the edges. So now I'm going to pull them out. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks very good. That looks exactly like what I was looking for right there. So the butter is melted. Everything looks good. Oh gosh, I can't wait to stick my spoon in there and give that a try, but it looks pretty hot. So I'm going to give it about 30 seconds. Okay, here I go. I'm going in. Just going to get some at the end. A little bit of butter. You can see the steam coming off my spoon. Okay, let's give it a try. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah. Oh, that is really good. Mm. 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 I love the leeks in there. I love the leeks in there. Well, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I can make it the night before. All I have to do is heat it up in the oven. What I also like about it is that there's no sour cream. There's no all of that stuff in there. There's no cheese because I want people to put gravy on this too. I want it to be good. So this is perfect that it's rice, potatoes, and leeks and butter and milk and very simple. And it will go with the gravy really, really well. Oh, that's really good. We're going to have this tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. So if you want this recipe, along with all the other recipes that I've done, just go to almost-martha.com. And this is going to be a great make-ahead dish that you can serve for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, because this could work anytime. So I hope you make it. I hope you enjoy it. And I want to thank you so much for stopping by. So come back next time. We've got more things coming. I've got a roll recipe I'm trying out right now too. So all kinds of fun things happening in the kitchen. So stop by next week right here at Almost Martha.